We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. If you need a roadmap in crypto, stay with this group. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you, please check out the feedback form in the comments down below. What are we going to talk about? Well, we got to talk about politics because the debate's coming up. So the debate is happening, right? The debate's happening. I think we got to talk about cats and ducks. Believe it or not, like a meme may have just turned the election. Like, believe it or not, like, everyone's like, memes will be back. Yeah, memes are back with cats and ducks. We'll talk about it. And then you know what? I think there's two ways to look at crypto charts, right? There's, oh no, there could be one more down move. There's like, hey, it's the anniversary of the bottom last year. And then there's, wow, if you zoom out and you look at like how much damage there's been in charts like Ondo or Ohm or any of these other big plays, I mean, you just see a destroyed market to the point where you're like, God, man, if they do one more down trade, not only is it going to be exhausting, but I don't know, man, it's going to cheapen this thing up to the point where it's like, God, how much lower can this thing go? Like yesterday, if you looked just briefly, if you looked at the news that we presented yesterday of what was actually out there, there were zero bullish articles yesterday. Zero. Except for Michael Saylor saying that Bitcoin was going to 300,000 by the end of the year. That's it. Okay. And of course, when there's only one bullish article, the market goes up. It's classic. Okay. Let's welcome who's here. All right. Alexandra, Double Ace, Neff, and Zeke in the house. Welcome. Horace, Lee, Miklo, Zepedas, what's happening? Good crowd today. CB, David, Daniel plays paintball. Back in the house. Hello. Shelly, Mahet, Zwace, Joshua. Good morning. How you doing? Valdotes, Miguel. What's better to do? Hold the short run, Bitcoin eats Solana? Which would you hold for the long run? Folks, look, I don't think you can go wrong with Bitcoin and Solana. A good friend of mine thinks that ETH and Solana will recover together, but Solana is kind of slow. This could be just the Bitcoin cycle, man. It's the Bitcoin and whatever DeFi and layer twos go with it. And then Solana, it's going to be Solana and WIF. That's like an early read. You got eCrypt in the house. What's going on? Brandon, good morning. All right. First of all, if you can hear me, because I'm getting medieval about getting volume into this mic, please let us know in the comments. Okay, here we go. News. A lot of it, not all crypto related. Some of the best investors in the world, some lessons that they give you. The stock market, like the crypto market, is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. It's classic, right? Hodlers make money in crypto. You get shaken out and you sell out your whole portfolio. You can manage risk, but man, don't quit on crypto. Don't quit the market. If you quit the stock market every time there was a huge down move, man, you regretted that. That's when Warren made all his money. Now, Charlie Munger, who is no longer with us, who was like anti-Bitcoin, just reminds you that the big money is not in the buying and selling, but in the waiting. Now, easy to ride equities when equities have been up only since 1982, pretty much. But this can be very applicable to crypto. Very applicable. The contrarian thing of all is not to oppose the crowd, but to think for yourself. A lot of people in crypto, they sell research to people because people in crypto think that they don't know enough. You actually know more than you think you do, okay? And you can learn more than you think you can so that you can think for yourself. You can manage your own money. It's a great quote, okay? This is the guy I think that founded Vanguard. This guy bought literally everything at the bottom of the 87 crash. He's like, don't look for the needle in the haystack, buy the whole haystack. Okay, that's kind of a mutual fund mentality. But, someone was asking what's better, coin A, coin B, coin C, coin D. Okay, pick the 7 that you like the most. You don't have to pick one coin. If you got 7 in your portfolio, okay, you could make it. He who lives by the crystal ball will eat shattered glass. Ray Dalio. Okay, well, Ray Dalio's got giant computer models in a building full of geniuses helping him. Okay. I think the moral of the story is you're not going to be able to predict every tactical move. I know that that's what you do in a boring market. But this is the type of a guy that comes up with a theme. Like, for example, my theme is that, you have to have dollar lower, interest rate lower equals Bitcoin higher. That's the way Ray Dalio thinks, rather than trying to predict every move, every which way, right? The single greatest edge an investor can have is a long-term orientation. Okay, that doesn't mean hold Bitcoin from 70K down to 16K. In crypto, you have to do active portfolio management. But when crypto is in the abyss, it can pay to have a long-term horizon. And the best quote from, the guy who, was a very iconic, heroic figure once upon a time before he got hyper political. Soros used to say, it's not whether you're right or whether you're wrong. It's how much money you make when you're right and how much money you lose when you're wrong. Small losers, big winners, right? Let the winners ride, cut the losers short, right? Soros, these guys would do 2 trades a year, 3 trades a year. Realistically, in hedge funds, there's 3 big trades a year or 4 big trades a year, right? That you got to be on. Like, day traders make money. A lot of day traders on YouTube. My angle is find the 3 big trades. And if you have to tread water in the meantime or get defensive or just flat out hang on, then just do it that way. Because if you follow what this guy says, if you get on 3 big moves, like if you got on October to March last year and you get on October to March this year, that may be all you have to do to make money, right? Especially since, like I said, Bitcoin is getting ready to go. So that's your 15-minute trading education. All right. So does anyone else smell a market crash in the air? All right. So just as a public service announcement, just in case you didn't know, crypto can go down, right? Like if you just got here, if today is like day 1 of your life in crypto, let me just tell you something. Crypto can go down 20, 30, 40% like that just for fun. Okay. Could there be a crash? Yeah. Does everyone expect a crash in equities? Yeah. Are equities overpriced? Maybe. 7 stocks are, or 10 stocks are, but not the whole market. Okay. The crash that I think has to happen is in the dollar, right? The dollar just has to move lower, period. Right? Because that's where the excess is. The excess is in the public sector. Past crashes have had excesses in the private sector. And we know there's no excess in crypto anymore because the whole market's destroyed. We'll go into the charts. Okay. So this guy's picking up on this a little late, right? Working class Americans are out of money. Dollar General has collapsed. That's the stock of a store. But don't worry, Ferrari shares have doubled. Again, the election, politics, half the economy is in a recession, right? Powell has to cut rates because everyone who shops at Dollar General or anybody who goes to a Tucker Carlson rally, whatever, those people are getting like wiped out, right? And I got a little bit of anecdotal evidence that said like what's going on at the grocery store is like actually messing with people's mental health. Because every time I go in the grocery store now, like they'll hang giant price cut signs on anything they can at a local Texas grocery store. It's like for mental health. Okay, I do like this. This looks confusing at first. What do you notice about Bitcoin and Tether dominance? So Tether dominance is cash. It's people's cash positions. Like Tether dominance goes up when people hold cash. Okay. And then, of course, Bitcoin goes up. When Bitcoin goes up, Tether dominance goes down. Now, at first, I looked at this and I was like, hey, what is this? But if you notice, like in Bitcoin, right? When you have these like upward sloping moves and they break down, or you have a downward sloping move and it breaks up, this is the point he's trying to make with this graph. So what he's saying is, based on all these other formations, which you don't have to understand, his theory is that because Tether dominance has sloped up, when the market goes up, Tether dominance will break down. And his attitude is on Bitcoin that this is a flag and it should break up. Actually, quite catchy. Okay. A lot of times these flag patterns in Bitcoin are not necessarily bullish, but this guy does a pretty good job of telling you that this like little flag pattern in Bitcoin could work out, because there was another one over here and it worked out just fine. So it's a nice piece of TA artwork. Okay. Here's something absurd from Jim Cramer. NVIDIA has traded 166 million shares with no announcement, and Apple, with a huge announcement, trades 27 million shares. NVIDIA is a total plaything. The whole world is day trading NVIDIA's stock. That's so funny, right? Everybody wants to day trade NVIDIA. What happens when Bitcoin starts going up? Are those people going to switch over to IBIT? They could, right? Everybody is hyper trading equities. I don't know, man. I think equities are dead money. I think everyone's like, oh my God, a crash is coming. I think it's just the opposite. I think that stuff's just going to die the way bonds died, right? They find the level and then they just sit there. And that can happen while crypto just rampages. I mean, if crypto can go down when equities go up, equities can sit and crypto can rampage. It's just a question of when we're done with the BS, frankly. Okay, so we have to talk about politics. The debate's coming up. I bet my theory is he goes for the trifecta tonight. He's got to hit her on Bitcoin, right? Gensler is a nightmare. He's going to hit her on Bitcoin. He's got to. Okay, and then, cats and ducks. Like if he doesn't mention cats and ducks tonight, he's an idiot. I'm sorry. He's got to mention it. He's just got to he's got to get a laugh out of the crowd. Now, on a more serious note, the Biden-Harris administration is going to veto a resolution that's going to try to stop people who just got here from voting. You know what? No judgment on this, but the fact of the matter is the last election was decided by 7 million votes. And this year at the border, they've let in more than 7 million people. This election is closer than you think it is, right? Because the people who are out there eating cats and ducks for food in Springfield, Ohio, they're all going to vote. It's as simple as that. So Trump's got a 5-point lead based on Polymarket. Okay. You don't know what the lead is because you don't know how many people that we don't know about are going to vote for Harris. We don't know. Okay. I think Trump is going to effectively sell people on this idea that if you don't vote, and Kennedy is working on this, right? Again, doesn't matter whether you like these people or don't like these people. Trump and Kennedy have to go out and tell people that, if you don't vote, somebody else who just got here will. So you better go out and vote. And I think Kennedy is rapidly trying to move the center over to Trump. And I think Trump has done a good job at not being a crazy man like he was in the past. Now, again, this debate tonight is open mic. So, Harris's job tonight is simply to wave the red cape at the bull and see if he'll say something that, I don't know, offends people. Let's put it that way. Okay, so people are asking kind of an old school, old-fashioned socialist. Remember when Bernie Sanders was like, "Oh my God, this guy's dangerous. He wants to help poor people or whatever," right? Now it's like, God, man, I miss Bernie. Like, Bernie was like the old-fashioned grandpa socialist. Now we have the same party going like, I don't know. They go neocon with like censorship and communist ideology. I'm like, man, Bernie, I miss you. But, Bernie is still, to a certain degree, towing the party line. As Bernie is too afraid to say, he's too afraid to criticize Harris. That's weird. It's scary. Okay, this is unbelievable, right? This is man of memes, right? This is Donald Trump from a long time ago saying that, hey, we don't help our homeless. We don't help our farmers. We give money overseas. We're funding NATO. Oh my God, would you look at this? This is Trump talking to a newscaster who's now deceased. Just got so old, he got deceased. So, there are a lot of ways to not like Trump. I get it. But Trump has been saying the same thing for a very long time. A very long time. Okay, 20% of the mail-in ballots weren't valid according to this individual. Just reminding you of a couple things. First of all, every intelligence service interferes in every election everywhere. That's not new. That's as old as the hill. Okay? Everyone cheats. Everyone cheats. It's as simple as that. So, they're discovering that they cheated from 4 years ago. And on a much lighter note, just in case you don't understand what this is, if you're from overseas, apparently refugees in a small town in Ohio, okay, these refugees were from Haiti. They were hungry. And, they happened to see a truckload of wildlife. Duck can be a delicacy depending on, what your food choices are. So these guys just went to a local park and go, hey, look at all this like free food. They hunted and killed the ducks. And they got pictures of guys walking out of a park with, ducks with no heads on them going, wow, look at this. I'm bringing home food for my family. Can't blame them. However, they're after the ducks. They're after the cats. These guys were barbecuing. And now these memes about save the ducks and save the cats are everywhere. I mean, they're all over the place, right? So, this is going to get mentioned tonight. All right. So here's the debate, these two talking while Rome burns, again, very effective. And it underscores the seriousness of the debate, right? I think it matters for crypto because to be neutral, every time Trump opens his mouth about Bitcoin, they hit the market. The suppressors come out. He's probably going to mention it tonight. He probably has to from a political point of view. But Trump mentioning Bitcoin in the past has not been bullish, even though it may make you enthusiastic. Okay. Also, a reminder about why you crypto. The founder of Signal is telling you that whatever's going on with AI today was born out of the surveillance state. So when they surveil you, right, they're using the AI, and that is part of what creates chatbots today. That technology was born from Uncle Sam. All right. Just in case you need any more reasons why you crypto, they're going to summon Elon before the English Parliament. I don't know, because people can post cat and duck memes. I don't know. But, Elon would be out of his mind if he left the country, just told these guys he's got to do it on Zoom. Elon is saying all kinds of things that, you better vote for who I support, or there won't be any more elections. Actually, both sides are saying that, right? Both sides are saying if the other person wins, they'll turn into a dictator. That's how heated it is. If anything, that could lead to social disorder later, right? Elon reminding you that the federal debt payments are insane. Again, where is the excess in this market? It's in the public sector. Okay. And there's the article from the founder of Signal, right? This is a nonprofit. They pay their developers well. They're trying to protect your privacy. Okay. The Zcash chart is in the slide deck. Okay. Yes, we are still doing crypto. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin's going to $13 million. Mike, we take 130K, but, pound it out. Crypto funds saw 600 million in outflows last week. So Mike thinks it's going to 13 million and all the P brains are exiting the market. Okay. This was below 2022 levels when crypto was in a severe bear market. So everybody exited crypto, like everybody. There's no one left. You know how they do that on Twitter? Like, who's still here? Yeah, nobody, bro. Nobody. Everyone's out. They're going to hit Bitcoin again. Who's left to hit Bitcoin? Okay, the suppressors, whoever's been selling it. But congratulations, they got everybody out. Like this weekend was like the abyss. It was the abyss. We couldn't find any bullish headlines. That's probably why Michael Saylor is out going, hey, it's going to $13 million. By the way, you can't make this stuff up. They revised the June and July payroll numbers twice. So what does that mean? Well, that means they tell you what the jobs number is, and then they go back and revise them. The June and July numbers have been revised twice downward. There's no job growth. There hasn't been any job growth for a year. The Federal Reserve is probably going to do 25 basis points because if they do anything bigger, it's going to be a bigger admission that they screwed up. Just a bigger admission. The Federal Reserve has screwed up, and that is mega bullish Bitcoin. Sorry, it is. Right? Metaplanet, the MicroStrategy of Japan, can't stop buying Bitcoin. Okay? Solana, whiff. People are always asking, like, what's the meme coin? This one's probably it. Like, if Solana gets going, it's probably going to be whiff that gets it going. Okay, back to politics. Trump is going to turn Robert Kennedy loose on staffing, right, for the new administration. Scary for the deep state, right? There was a Bitcoin gold debate last night, right? Bitcoin unmatched monetary policies, okay? All benefits are lost if a trusted party is required, according to Satoshi, right? Bitcoin eliminates the trust problem. If you have Bitcoin on an iPhone, you are a sovereign individual. Side note, there could be a GameStop merger. Vanguard and multiple others are labeling GameStop like they could have a new share class. Who knows? Okay. Okay. All right. So breaking news. Okay. ABC releases the debate rules, muted mics, no audience. Okay. So, I mean, that at least stops, Trump from going unhinged. And it's just, I don't know, man. Could Coin tank? I actually think it's a bottom, right? But, the fact that the media is bearish, assume it's why Eagle King is sending it through. God's sakes, people. I know this thing can go lower. I know the suppressors are out there, right? I know there's a lot of economic data this week. I know that. But for God's sakes, like how bearish can we all get? Okay, let's go. Let's plow into PowerPoint. Because I just want to go through, like, I want to do a little bit of when in doubt, zoom out, right? I just want to be just kind of honest as to what's out there. All right, so Bitcoin on a 4-hour chart, They did get a confirmation of a 13 bottom. So this is great if it holds. Failed rallies are bad. We know that, right? The best thing that can happen to Bitcoin is I can just pop up here above 57 and go sideways. That's not the best thing that can happen, but that's what I would like to see. It's like pop up and sit. Could they take it down one more time? Yeah, sure. But, Avalanche kind of like had a nice bottom, right? Solana didn't fail badly. This is a sign that could have a bottom, but you don't want to fail badly. Solana on a 4-hour chart, this looks like a base to me. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. The longer something sits here like this, the higher it can go. But, basing can sometimes lead to more basing. Now, this is QQQ. This is tech stocks. This is what everyone thinks is going to zero. Stocks can always go down. Inflation numbers are coming out. These guys are probably looking for 50 basis point Fed tightening, and they're probably only going to get 25. I don't know, man. First of all, it's tough to love stocks because I'm a crypto guy, and I'm like, stocks, sick of you. But it's hard to see tech stocks crashing because there's only 7 overvalued stocks, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's going to zero. I think they got the wrong market going to zero, in my opinion. It's the dollar. Okay, just, let's just look at this, right? Like, Chainlink was at 16 in June, and it's now at 10. Money flow is starting to go green again. Why is everyone bearish Chainlink? This is just like a question, right? Here's the U bottom in Solana on a 4-hour chart. So hard to get negative about this. Yeah, sometimes these sideways ranges can have lurches lower, but it's just so hard to be negative, particularly when every time Solana goes to 120, it's a buy. Even if it does go down, it's going to go down to the bottom end of a base, right? Solana on a 3-day chart. So we talked about this yesterday. You can have more corrective activity to the downside. The worst case scenario is 106, but maybe this was the additional correction. You know what I'm saying? Like, the lows are in. The lows are in, right? This shows Bitcoin's got a lot of support at 49K. Why would it go down there exactly? Why would it? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of support down there, but sometimes I wonder if people wait to buy this thing below 50 are going to wind up disappointed, right? Cardano, a double bottom. A double bottom in Cardano, right? I mean, Cardano actually can hold here. That could be very constructive. This really does look like Cardano has put in a real bottom. Who knew? Zcash. Oh my God. Grayscale gets involved. Zcash over here on the left goes from, 15 to 40 and then goes all the way back down to 23, which is the level where I started talking about Zcash like 2 years ago. Zcash up 5% today. I'm always a little leery when Zcash goes crazy when, like, I don't like Zcash up with Bitcoin down, but, privacy has not been traded. 0x0, Secret, all these coins, right? No one has even thought about this. And I can't see how long-term you wouldn't think about this, particularly if there's a new administration, they may go privacy. They may support the right for self-custodial privacy. Kennedy was very into financial privacy, custodial, like the right to custody your own crypto. They're going to try and install all this. I don't know if it's going to work, but privacy has not been traded at all. And if they did, they unwound it. Okay. Real world assets, tokenizing treasuries and then borrowing stable coins to buy Bitcoin. Downward sloping wedge. Note this little pop that they got going on in what's supposed to be Rectember. Now, this can be back and forth, up and down in this sideways range, but man, this looks like they want after this stuff. Look at Ondo. Oh my God, will you look at this? Oh, at $1.50. Oh my God, BlackRock's in. It's the future. And at $1, I'm safe from the bear market. And then boom, it goes to 50 cents. And it's like, oh, let's push this out of a car. Dusk, a privacy layer 1 for financial transactions, giving people in legacy who are used to privacy and speed. Was that 65 cents? Now at 20 cents. What are we doing? Selling it? Going to buy it at 8 cents? I don't know, man. I look at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, this can go down. But when you went in doubt, zoom out, Toncoin. Oh my God, Toncoin can go down 30% because fill in the blank. Yeah, anything can go down. This thing went from 8 to 4. It went from 822 to 4 something. Took out this key area and came back and did a reclaim. The equilibrium area on Luxalgo is at 645. Like, it's amazing that no one is talking about this. And this is still a top market cap coin. I mean, how rare is it that you take a top market cap coin, like a top 10, top 12 coin, and mark it down 50%? I mean, they gave the French the backdoor that they asked for. What does this have to do with, running a payment system on Telegram? With Telegram's going out of business? Okay, whiff. Everyone's like, asking, oh, what's the meme coin? What's the meme coin? God, would you look at what they did to this thing? I mean, yeah, this could be a bear flag, but God, I mean, they just destroyed this thing and left it for kind of dead. Everything can always go lower, right? But the equilibrium price, according to Luxalgo, on the daily chart of whiff is $2.60. That's the balance price. Just there's no directional bias. Like, I'm not bullish, I'm not bearish. Just saying the equilibrium price, according to Luxalgo, for whiff is at 260. So if they smacked it again on economic data, this might represent an opportunity, and that's the market update. All right, let's see who else is here. All right, Huber's Ranch finally catching a stream after a vacation. VA Buds, Ian, Arendam, Lee. All right, audio coming through. I appreciate that. Okay, let's sum this up. Dips can happen, right? Stock market problems can happen. A lot of economic data is coming out. Inflation, all these statistics are coming out prior to the Fed meeting, right? Stock market's going to want a 25. They're going to want a 50 basis point cut. They're probably only going to get 25. At the end of the day, this is the attitude I want to have in crypto. Crypto can go down. Crypto can go sideways. They can try to scare you in crypto. Politics can affect the market. Who cares, right? This is September 10th. This is the anniversary of the low in crypto from last year. Sometime between now and the end of September has got to be an entry point for this market. And I'm telling you right now, for the rest of September, if they can't take the market down, it could be a repeat of last year where the market just slowly ground higher, stopped, sat for a while, and then it was like full send. And you're going to have full send after the election because just the uncertainty will be over. And if you have a change in administration and they're Bitcoin bullish, then it's by the fact. Everybody has gotten all bearish. So any positive news that comes out, rate cuts, election over, pro-Bitcoin administration, it's actually by the fact, right? And you know what? If that doesn't make any sense, the longer these cat and duck memes are out, the more bullish it is, right? Cat and duck memes, mark it up. I'm a technical analyst. I'm superstitious. If they keep that going, if it's Donald Duck supports certain candidate, I'm willing to say it's Bitcoin bullish. So that's your tongue-in-cheek, and we'll see you tomorrow.